Hey there guys, what is going on? I turned on the game this morning and found we do have a Diesel 24/7 playlist now. No face-off, no sort of 2v2 stuff anymore. This is 6v6 Diesel. So of course we're going to be making a map guide on this because a lot of people might not have actually played this map before and it's a little interesting. So my knowledge of this map, it is actually really fun. It is very similar to Nuketown in the same sort of style, that it is very small, a lot of fast-paced, close quarters action here for the most part. You're in and out of corridors all the time. You're shooting people at very close range. Like, there's a lot going on this map. And this is why we are taking a look at the map guide here. Best spots, all the things you can do on this map, like lines of sight and everything that you need to know about Diesel before you jump into the Diesel 24/7 playlist. Just before we do jump into all the best spots on Diesel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on just so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming Season 3 content. We've still got loads of stuff to cover, so don't miss out on any of that. So of course, as we usually do here, we start off with the A flag, which is back here in this little corner. You spawn sometimes, or you actually spawn over here. It's a little far away from the A flag, which is interesting. It's kind of going away from what they did with your man tower, which was spawn you basically in front of the flag. And that's mostly because this map is very small and you can pretty much throw whatever you like at the flags, like the opposite flag. Like, you can pretty much chuck whatever you like from the A flag to the C flag and vice versa. It's pretty close quarters in here, and there's a lot going on. And of course, the B flag is inside the little garage here, the little garage, little truck stop, pit stop thing. It's in here, and this is a very strange room, man. This is just like an absolute hotbox for grenades, Semtex, C4s. Anything that is going to go in here is going to probably blow you up. So what I recommend is probably running a bit of a trophy system in here if you are trying to cap the B flag, or at least try and play near the B flag. If you do have a trophy system, you'll be okay. And then we run all the way over to the C flag, which is at the back here, past this truck, over this wall, and at the back here. This is an interesting spot as well. They kind of made this spot a little bit of a bowl again in terms of like grenades and stuff. If you chuck a frag in here, it's probably just going to like bounce around over the walls and stuff like that and probably blow somebody up who is on this bit. It's just kind of interesting. This is an interesting flag to take, as well as A. B is really wild, so keep that in mind. So something really obvious that you will see even from running from the A flag is of course this spot here. You jump up on this dumpster, and then you can peek off onto that balcony. You can see the left side of that truck there. So this is an interesting spot, but for the most part, because it is very obvious here, people will literally just line up and just wait for you to peek up. Wait for you to just sit on those bricks there and just blow you up, man. Like, it's an interesting spot. Like, it is a good position if you are in there first and nobody's sitting on these spots, because you can take advantage of it. But if somebody is just waiting for you to peek a little head up, they're just going to snip you away, and it's just not good. Arguably, the most important part of the map is this little corridor here. This little T bit here is very important, because for the most part, this controls literally the entirety of the map and all of the flags, and it isn't exposed from the road, which we're going to talk about in a second. It is a bit of a problem on this map. The road is quite interesting. So as I said, for the most part, people coming from the C flag will come down here and look towards the spawn, which is back there. For the A flag, this spawn is pretty much back there for the most part. There's a lot of snipers sitting up on the bit. There's a lot going on over there. So most of the time, people will come over here and go like this. And for the most part, somebody will pretty much always, as I have found on this map as I've been playing it, pretty much always will somebody be lying down here. I don't get why people do this, but it is kind of effective. It's kind of lame. So basically always clear it out. Chuck something there, man. Chuck something there. Make sure there isn't anybody just laying down in this corner here before you do push this wide side. So you don't get picked off by anybody who's just like having a nap laying here waiting for you to walk in, just being like, oh, this is fine. Oh, there's somebody there, and then just spray you down. So keep that in mind. As I was saying, we do have this little spot back here on this little balcony, veranda type thing. You can see all the way into the C flag for the most part, so you can get some pics on that there, as well as being exposed to the little half wall kind of barrier thing there. But other than that, there isn't really too many angles you can defend. Of course, coming from the B flag, as I said, lots of traffic through this area. As this is quite small, this is quite hotly contested for people looking after the B flag. People usually run out here, they might go this way. So you might be able to take them out if you are sitting on this spot here. So again, keep that in mind. Now, one of the worst things that you can do on this map is actually find yourself behind this counter. It does look very inviting. Looks like you can just sit here and just head glitch on this thing, but this is an absolute magnet for grenades, man. Like, literally everybody, if they get killed by you once, they will hunt you down. They will literally just come in here aimed like this and wait for you to peek up, or at least throw some grenades in here to try and make you get off this little spot. Because this is not, you shouldn't sit here. And you're also exposed from the road. So again, we'll talk about the road now. People can just sit over here behind this truck and literally see the entirety of the gas station, the entirety of this side of the map. Like, you literally just sit in here, you can see pretty much everything. So keep that in mind. If you are sitting sort of in the middle, you are pretty exposed to the snipers who do sit out on the corridor. This map does actually remind me of Satellite in the regard where it does have sort of that big, long, exposed line of sight on one side and then the close range stuff on the other side. So that's kind of interesting. So again, keep an eye out for snipers over here because they will be sitting on this truck on this side of the road, like sniping into the B flag and the gas station building. If you want to, you can actually crawl under this truck. I don't know why you would ever want to do that. It just makes it a lot slower to get around. I mean, you can probably do that on search maybe, but other than that, that's not really too useful. You can also jump up on here. And again, you can maybe hit some trick shots for the last kill if you're interested in that. Maybe snipe somebody like that. It's not really super useful, but you can climb on that truck. You can climb on most of the vehicles in this area. You can just sort of hide behind this in this little area here as well. A lot of people don't really want to go into the B flag building, so they won't run through here. They will pop around here. So if you are sitting on this like Bowser bit, you are sitting behind the bit where the petrol comes out. That's called a Bowser, if you didn't know. Basically, you can just sit here and take people out as they do run around this corner here. But again, you are fairly exposed from literally everywhere else. Of course, there is a little connector bit between this C flag and, of course, the B flag building as well. So it's very similar to that spot over there. You can sort of just nip in and out of this bit here, maybe take somebody out who is coming through the B building. Again, this is a very hotly contested area, so you need multiple exits and multiple ways around the map, because if you're just sort of sitting in the one spot the whole time, people will just flank you. It's not big enough to sort of just sit in the one spot, so they'll come up behind you and they will take you out. As I said, there's not really too much to talk about in the B flag building. It is literally just a box, and you sit in here, and for the most part, if you do have a trophy system, you'll kind of be alright. People can literally just walk in there and go bam, 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 and you'll die, but I mean, that is what it is, really. You just sort of have to take the risk there with the B flag, because B flags, for the most part, are usually risky. You have to sort of take a risk to try and capture the B flag, so if you want to win the game, it's usually worth it here. You can't actually climb on this particular truck here. You can't climb on this van thing to get a better spot, and I don't think... you actually might be able to climb on this one. Yeah, you can climb on this one, but you can't climb on that one there. That is interesting. As I was saying, more spots back here. There's a little sniper perch on this spot, literally every single... man. This is actually one of the most frustrating parts of this map. You'll spawn on here, you've got your SMG, you want to rush around, and literally you'll have a look, and there'll be one person there, like, walking up the stairs, one person there, one person there, one person there, and you'll be like, it's just me and my SMG with 4 snipers. It just doesn't work. So people will literally sit up here until the end of time because it's a great sniping platform, but it's not really that good. Like, you're very exposed from there, exposed from the gas station, exposed from down there, the sidewalk, the cart. Like, there's a lot of places that you are exposed from here. So this is like where literally every single person sits on this map, as well as this area here. This is a little bit better for sniping. You can see out to that truck there. You can sit on this platform, move to the right, see all the way into the B flag. But yeah, so many people sit on this and it's not actually any good. Like, it's just like, it looks like it's good as it should be, but it's just bad. So do not sit up here. You're just going to get picked off by enemy snipers sitting on the road in that little area there in the connector to B, and also the B flag and the little truck there. You can't go in any of these buildings, which is a little unfortunate, but you can break some of the windows, which is kind of random. I don't understand what... I don't get the point of that, but whatever. You can't actually climb up on here either. Of course, there is some barrels and stuff back here, a little bit of cover that you can hide behind to sort of defend the B flag, or the A flag rather, from people who are pushing up on this side. But other than that, there's not really super lots back here. Again, you can sit on this as well. Not really super interesting. This van in the middle here is quite hotly contested as well. I've seen a lot of people sit in and out of these barrels, basically watching the B flag, watching the A flag, and watching the C flag at pretty much the same time. This is a pretty powerful position here. You can sort of wait there, shoot somebody there, peek around the left-hand side, go on that on there. Somebody capturing the C flag, you're in a pretty close proximity. Just jump across and take a shot there. But yeah, this van is quite important here because it does control all the flags, basically. You don't have great control of the B flag, as it's really only that window that you can look through. But then you can push up and, again, take control of this little T courtyard corridor thing, because lots of people do sit here. So every time you walk through this corridor, check there, flash there, grenade there, do something to check that spot there, because people sit in this little courtyard here. People sit here all the time. They're just going to wait for you to come across, and they will take you out if you aren't careful. Here's a little interesting part back here. This is quite a little rat maze thing. It's a little bit weird as they designed this as just a bunch of shipping containers in and out here. You can sort of defend the C flag from back this area. If you do have an advanced UAV up in this map, you can basically take control of this area if you just sort of want to run back here. The spawn is, for the most part, like usually back here in this area. So you can sort of run in and out of these little lanes here, sort of take people out, take a couple people out there, move around to the left-hand side. Somebody will come through here, take that out there. Again, move back around here and then rotate all the way back around the other side. I've done that a couple of times. Get that advanced UAV up in the sky, and you know exactly where people are. And you can pretty much control the back of the C flag, that spawn there, without really doing too much effort. And that means they can't really get control back of the C flag. So it's actually quite good to sort of just run in and out of these lanes here, because this is quite close quarters options. Like, there's really lots of close quarters stuff here. You can slide in and out of these little areas. But again, keep that in mind when you are running around here. If you do have an advanced UAV up, man, you can control this area. You absolutely dominate this area. People can't do anything, and they will continue to spawn back here if you sort of sit back, wait for them to come to you, and it's pretty good. Again, there is another little sniping platform back here. As you can see, this is kind of designed to just sort of sit back and long-range combat, maybe shoot boys back there. But again, you're actually less exposed than you have been on previous, like up there, you're less exposed down here, which is quite good, so you can sort of duck in and out of this, snipe across the map into the truck there as well. But again, for the most part, that area is not super great because you're fairly exposed from other areas. But really, there isn't actually like super lots to talk about in this map. Normally, there's like special angles, special jump spots that you want to go up. But for the most part, it's fairly simple. It's fairly low ground for the most part. There's no like elevation or verticality or anything like that apart from this area back here. But as I said, there's not really super lots going on in this map. It is just close quarters, fast-paced action. But make sure you check that corner there, man. People sit here, literally will sit here until the end of the map and just wait for you to walk through because you don't check this corner. So flash it, stun it, do whatever, grenade it. Do whatever you have to do to check this corner before you just peek out and rush around and get yourself killed because you will die to this area a lot. It's just one of those maps that feels very claustrophobic when you are playing within here because people will literally just go, they will just close their eyes and go just like literally sprint in here and just be like, yep, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, and yep, come out here. And it just feels very claustrophobic in here. But yeah, there's not really super lots going on in this map. It's actually quite simple to play, but you do have to keep in mind that snipers will go onto the road and sit there pretty much all the time. So if you are trying to run across this area here, this open courtyard, you will be very likely to get sniped from here because, man, the only times I've played this map, I think I've played this map 4 or 5 times in 6v6 now, and every single time there's been a sniper over on this truck. You can always just sort of chuck a grenade over here and try and push him off this area. Just sitting here waiting for people to just sort of peek out and get behind the truck, just take somebody out over there, take somebody out on that side, even up there as well. Because you're just covered quite nicely by this truck here, so you can have such map control, man, just so... Always going to be a sniper there, so try and keep that in mind here. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's not really super lots going on in this map. It is fairly straightforward. Just keep in mind, it is very, very close quarters. There's a lot of fun on this map. If you haven't played this in 6v6, you're going to have a great time because it is very much Nuketown vibes. A little bit bigger than Nuketown, but again, it does play very, very similar. There's a lot of hot combat around the sort of gas station area, as there should be, in and out of these little areas, these little corridors, again, on this truck, which is hotly contested as well. So keep that in mind. The area in the middle of the map, as you would expect, is very hotly contested. You will see a lot of snipers sitting over on the road. You'll see a lot of snipers sitting up on there, and you will have to push through that. You'll have to get through that, and a lot of things that can go wrong. But I think this map is really, really good. There's a lot of fast-paced action, a lot of fun, and that is pretty much it for this map guide, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. Hopefully you did learn something and enjoy the 24/7 Diesel playlist, because there's a lot of fun to be had on this map. There's a lot of fast-paced action here. Get your shotgun out, get your SMGs out, and start rushing around on this thing, and enjoy this map, because it is a lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it, of course. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!